damn it. God, I'm so pissed with this.
It's just your
They had
internet.
this. It's the internet provider, and they had it fixed for a while.
Hmm.
All right, it looks like we are back up everywhere. If somebody on DLive can confirm that we are back up over there, I know I can probably hit the refresh here, and we'll have
We're
Twitch
good.
back up. Do we have
Yeah, we're good
DLive
on
back up?
DLive. Yep, we're back up. Yeah. Oh, we got a Yamafago in the chat.
Yeah, we did. That's why I wanted to pop in here. Reflections of
My
Liberty.
favorite bundle of sticks.
Absolutely.
Banana. We're good.
Is YouTube back up, or do we have to put the link back out?
YouTube. 1 second. Oops. Shit. And I don't know. The old video ended on YouTube,
Okay.
but let me see if you're. We're up again. Yep,
Okay.
we're good.
All right. We are back.
As you were.
We are back. I apologize for the technical difficulties. As I was saying while we were waiting to reconnect everything, it does look like I know that Spectrum had this fixed at one point, but now it seems like I went for weeks without having this happen again, and now it seems to be doing it again. So I'll have to thread some things together after we get back, get this back through. So we were talking about the wet market, I think, when everything went down. So
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying that it's the same place that it's where they'll be selling live animals for you to take for whatever reason, whether it be pets or food or whatever, along with cuts of meat right next to it. So there's some pictures of snake meat hanging, and then dogs in cages right next to it. I think that's what's called a wet market. I was like, oh, sounds wet.
sounds odd. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, it's kind of scary. I mean, I'm at such a massive distrust level with the media and the government. To me, the conspiracy worldview is, way more, it ends up being more accurate than the mainstream worldview. So that's my worldview most of the time. So I don't know what to think.
Well, you had mentioned that the U.S. possibly had a patent on this virus, but I want to take a step back away from that theory for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to start with the theory of, do you think this could be a Chinese bioweapon that got loose? Like a scientist got exposed and then he went and sneezed on a sandwich.
Man, I don't know shit about bioweapons. I don't know shit about science. I mean, does it seem possible? Yeah, it's a state government. Yeah, it's a state government in the modern world. So of course that's possible. And I don't, I'm, like I was saying about Russia earlier. Like I don't know what the big deal about Russia is. Why they're our enemy. I kind of feel the same way about China, but I can see more reason why China would be a problem. They're explicitly communist. They're definitely a bigger player in the world than Russia is.
Mm-hmm.
But do I think that there's a possibility that this could be a bioweapon? Yeah, of course. So, I also don't think that China is very well known for taking good care of their own people. So, I don't think governments really care about their own people all that much. I think China cares less about their citizens than average. So, yeah, I could see it.
Seawall says he knows some theory on bioweapons, but very little. I wouldn't be surprised if Seawall has bioweapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that.
Sorry, Seawall, but I wouldn't be completely surprised. Bioweapons in the half track. So you had then mentioned, and I do want to get back to this at this point then, that the U.S. possibly had a patent on this virus. That's the first time I've heard of that.
Yeah, it got sent to me. Some people in my chat, this lady named Amy, who has a blog, sent it to me, and I'd seen some screenshots of it before. And the virus, the SARS virus, also was patented. And the two patents are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
But she sent it to me on Google It was like, I don't know what it's called, either Google Copyrights or Google Patents, and it was from Google, so it wasn't a conspiracy source, or it wasn't an underground source. It was from Google, so you can trust that as much as you trust Google, which I guess isn't all that much. but yeah, I brought it up on my show. We talked about it. Oh, I still have it up.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Let me share the screen. I forgot about that. Um, so screen share. Oh no, shit, I did it wrong. I'm looking at something different. My bad. There we
What
go.
are you looking at?
Uh, it was a YouTube video. We're looking at it right now. Coronavirus isolated from humans. It's long. I mean, it's a really, really long article or whatever you call
Well,
it.
patent law is intrinsically detailed anyway, so
So it has some fees expired due to a failure to pay the maintenance fee from last year. So it expired July 16th, 2019. Legal events. I don't know. I can link it, but like I said, I don't know anything about science. So I'm kind of just trusting people that I know online.
are
Similar
you
documents
are you
cited by.
are you taking the what was it, the God, I can't think of his name, the Alex Jones defense in that?
What do you mean?
I'm kind of retarded.
No, that's always my defense. That one of the that's now the Stephen Ignoramus defense because he used it once on the Joe Rogan show, and I think I've used it thousands of times. So it's now mine. But I don't know.
I licked it. It's mine now.
Let me put this in the chat, and this is what's been kind of circulating a
You
little bit.
might not be able to. Let
Oh
me.
no, in me and your chat
Oh,
in the
okay.
Discord. Yeah.
I'll have to drop out of the Discord then and grab it that because I could put it in the chat, but I don't think you can
Oh, how dare you?
because of the
Can I do
Nightbot.
it? Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. The Nightbot will slap links away.
Oh, how dare you? Anyway, let me turn this back on. Anyway, um, so that's the document I was talking about. But who knows, man? Who knows with these governments and the media and speculation? I don't know, but I this one is any t- whenever the media pushes something like full court press, I call a little bit of bullshit or potential bullshit because it's just fear porn. They're
Hmm.
asking us to be scared of this thing that is, to me, not all that scary. At least by how the numbers go. Uh, what was it? 90 people, 80 people dead out of 10 or 11 million. Couple thousand cases infected. It's also with China, and they're not too open about their information they give to people. So it could be all manufactured. It could be completely real. It could be overblown. It could be underblown. It's really hard to say.
I don't know. Can this get here? I know I've seen some hospitals actually have contingency plans in place for this, but I mean, can this show up in middle of the country America? Or even worse, a great urban center like Washington, D.C.
Well, I certainly think that's a higher chance than showing up in rural, or
In rural
middle
Wisconsin?
America. Yeah, I definitely think that the city thing is a higher chance because the travel and melting pot type stuff. It's just so hard to speculate on it because we're I just I like speculating, but on things like science and anything with more than five numbers in it, I'm just like, man, I'm just gonna keep living my life. I'm gonna keep not trusting the government, not trusting the media, and if they give me a reason to trust them, I'll listen. I'm always listening, even when I don't trust you. But I think it's a possibility. We just got to wait and see.
Well, let's check in with the live chat here and see what they've got to say. As you mentioned before we got knocked off of here, it looks like we were joined by, of course, we were joined by Seawell. He showed up right in the middle of the topics, but it looks like John has come over from the generational gap. So, generational gap is over. Welcome on in, John. Did you bring your favorite boomer with you, or? Dennis endured Tulsi, and he's also anti-war. Seawell says he has a P100 full painter's mask, 4mm nitrile gloves, and a Tychem suit and Gorilla Tape. So he's all set. One of the doctors who was treating the first patient in China has died. He was in his early 60s. People who get the
Wow.
virus can go for days and not know they're infected. which is scary because yes, like I say, it's transmissible when it's has no symptoms to it. So what is it, like 4% death rate, and we're supposed to be scared? Well, if it jumps up as quick as it's been going, possibly. I mean, it's doubling every day, so 4% of a million is a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Youngest person died from it is 36, just another virus. If it was very dangerous, it would be very young people. Apparently, you can trust Seawall. That's what he said in the chat.
Cool. All right. Seawall.
Reflections of Liberty put a bundle of sticks up in the chat.
Yeah, that's for Yamafago.
I knew that.
Oh.
I figured that. Think less Ebola and more Spanish flu.
Cool.
U.S.,
Sounds
Canada,
like a good
Hong
time.
Kong, Singapore. Apparently, roll my fort save now. I don't know what that means. The archery, though. Oh yeah, that's right. The archery chat that we had John sucking at archery in his chat. That's what he was talking about.
Maybe you can take out some zombies that way. Some Ebola zombies.
Maybe some bears.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know. Not with those skills.
Do you remember that conversation? Were you there for that one?
I don't remember.
Bear bow season up in Montana.
Oh yeah. I don't know. You have to be. You got to work on those skills, John.
Is your Doomer kit on Seawall's level?
My Doomer kit, probably not.
Probably not.
No.
Peter Schiff's latest video: Sanders surge more dangerous than coronavirus. Called Sanders a communist. That's from Ron Helton here.
Yeah.
Ron, you want to
Peter
throw a
Schiff
link
is good.
in my Discord for that? I know you can't put it in the chat, but can you throw it in my Discord?
Jay Edgar, have you checked out Peter Schiff before?
I have not.
Oh, you got to check him out. Yeah, he's really good. He's really good.
All right, let's see what else we've got going on here. I got the link that was up here. What else did we have? There was something else here. This Andromeda strain fear shit is nonsense, in my honest opinion. Even a CDC rep said he sounded bummed. It wasn't as lethal as they were hoping.
They're like, no. They're like, no, less death. We need more death.
Well, it sounds a lot like the mainstream media when they were talking about Richmond. We need more death.
Yeah. Yeah. More Nazis, please.
The thought behind the Chinese bioweapon idea is that it wasn't crazy lethal, but bad enough to be deployed in Hong Kong to justify Chinese troops moving in to regain order. That's a spicy take. I like that. I'm not worried. I come in contact with hundreds of strangers every day at work and haven't had flu symptoms in a decade. 20% chance of viral pneumonia from what I've heard. Visiting hours at the old folks' home are over. Toppy Coco is wearing condoms all over his body, so he's all good.
Nice, Top feed.
And then he says to thin out the herd. And then there are secondary deaths. Awesome maths. John just caught the fact that he's got his own emoji. And Toppy Coco says he's got a Fagot sticker. I bought my own recurve bow so I can get good. What pound pull? And Chechnik says, want to hear a joke. Well, Chechnik,
Sure.
Put the joke in. We'll talk about a poo here, and then we'll check back with everything. So, are you ready for the saddest news of the night?
Yeah, man. I thought that this was years in the making, though.
Yeah.
I thought this has happened 3 times over.
It's been discussed for probably about 6 months. They've been talking about it, and they've actually been talking about it considerably before. But it is official now that Hank Azaria made a statement this past week and said that he will no longer be voicing the iconic character of Apu on The Simpsons anymore. Now, a lot of this came out because Apu was supposedly an Indian stereotype and therefore was insulting to people of the culture. But the other side of the argument that came along with this, of course, is the fact that Hank Azaria is a white person who was voicing an Indian Quickie Mart owner. Mm-hmm. So, did you see any of this?
I mean, no, like I said a second ago, I thought this had happened. I remember this being in the talks basically once a year for 3 years. And I don't know what made it actually happen now, but dude, this society's cocked, man. There's everyone knows that racial humor is like the best humor. And it's a shame. I was raised on The Simpsons. I like to poo a lot. I just, it's kind of a shame, but it's also where our society is going, and it's probably going to make room for other comedians and other cartoonists to make stuff that's more racially driven, and I will definitely consume their product, if not create it myself.
Well, and the worst part is, and Poole reminded me of this when I was talking about this, or when I was listening about this and learning about this. But nobody said a word about Cleveland. And he had his own show, which that's already been canceled before the outrage mob came for it. But yeah, Cleveland is voiced by Mike Henry, who is also very white. And that show is nothing but black stereotype.
And there's no rules here. It sucks. I mean, if there could be some sort of consistent rules, I would listen more. But it seems very selective, and it seems just. I don't know. The reason that people went after Apu is because he was popular, not because he was Indian. Mm-hmm. If Cleveland would have been as popular as Apu, they'd be going after Cleveland. But like you said, Cleveland was canceled, before it really got started. But Apu is one of the most popular characters in any cartoon show, so that's probably why they did it. But the whole thing sucks, man. Like racial humor is hysterical.
Yeah,
everyone knows it.
Well, I mean, there is a reason that Seth MacFarlane decided to legitimately remake Family Guy in nothing but black stereotypes. That's all the Cleveland show was.
Yeah, and that's the reason that Chappelle's show was so popular when it came out in 2006 or whatever. Is just the racial stuff is kind of funny. It's more than kind of funny. It's freaking hilarious. The differences in the stereotypes between people are they're real. Some of it is overblown. A lot of it's real. A lot of it's funny, and there's limited routes to go after when you're talking about differences between people. Do you just run from them? Do you say they're not there, or do you acknowledge them and embrace them and make a good joke out of it? I argue the latter.
Well, and the worst part of that too is, I mean, what did Jay-Z say when he was talking about the critics that didn't like his music? You don't like the lyrics, you can press fast forward.
Yeah.
If you don't,
he said
like
something else about
yeah.
He said something else about it too.
You want to remind us?
Do you know the rest of that lyric?
I do. I just can't think of it right offhand.
Critics, you can kiss my whole asshole.
Yeah.
If you don't like my lyrics, you can press fast forward.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I knew the whole lyric. I just didn't know which direction you were going on that one. But yeah. That's well, and that's just it. I mean, these people that are making the outrage culture, that are doing things like kicking Apu off the air, are trying to make the culture adjust to them when they can just turn the fucking TV off.
Yeah.
I mean, Simpsons got to the point that they were so leftist I couldn't stand them anymore. I didn't demand that Matt Groening change the Simpsons back, so it was what I want. I just stopped watching.
Yep. Seems like a good call. Or start your own thing, or I don't know. It's I think Matt Groening was he took a little ride on the Lolita Express. Do you know about that?
I may have heard something about that.
He was mentioned in Epstein's thing.
Oh, that's right, because you went through with the entire list.
I did. I went through the unredacted list too. We had the redacted one on air, and then someone just randomly sent it to me. Some random dude from Discord sent me the unredacted one. Mm-hmm. I was like, "Are you a Fed?"
Yeah, I was watching that. Yeah, when you did that.
Yeah, are you a Fed, bro? Am I gonna get I'm not suicidal, nor will I ever be. Put it in writing. But
we won't go there on myself, but there's a reason we're having a charity for that in a couple months. So,
that's the one on your birthday or whatever?
Well, actually, I'm going to do it on the 2nd now, not on my birthday, because my birthday is on a Thursday, and who's going to watch for 24 hours on a Thursday? So we're going to move that to Saturday.
Saturday the 2nd?
Yep.
Or Saturday the 4th, you should say. April?
May.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of retarded. Yeah, May the 2nd. Cool.
So yeah, that is going to be moved to the, May 2nd, so we can get a bigger audience and possibly get some more money up for AFSP, which they have not got back to me. I got to call them. I think
Mm.
I think I'll get up in the morning and call them because I can't go and pick up my paperwork. Yeah, there's the apartment building I live in right now. The post office has a key for the lobby so they can drop stuff off. UPS doesn't. And
Mm.
people from Amazon and the people who did the paperwork for my truck because I bought it out of state decided that they
Oh,
needed to use UPS.
you jumped city lines, huh?
State lines.
Oh,
Yes, I
illicit.
went to that communist state to go buy a vehicle.
Yeah. You went to what's it called? You went to Illinois?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
No, not
Um,
cool. I crossed the
yeah,
state line and I felt my taxes go up.
yeah. I mean, the Simpsons thing. I mean, it's on one hand it kind of sucks because our culture is cucked. But
Yeah.
on the other hand, the mainstream, you know, if they'll drive more people to just buck against the mainstream, start their own shit, start their own business, and create, for lack of a better word, a breakaway culture, that I'm on board with that. Because we just need to let the mainstream burn and die. It's always sucked our entire lives. We
Yeah.
just didn't know it till later.
Well, we didn't know it until there was actually a methodology for people to buck the system.
Yeah,
I always
internet. You
say,
mean?
yeah, I always say one of my favorite TV shows was a Rocket Jump YouTube sketch that got picked up by Netflix after they finished up the first season.
Huh? I don't know that one.
Video Game High School.
Yeah, I don't. Video game high school.
Yeah, they just dropped it off Netflix not that long ago, but all the episodes are still available on YouTube. It was a completely independent show. I highly recommend watching it. It's great. The
Cool.
writing all fits. The music is good.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It looks cool. I'll check it out.
That was where Johanna Brady got her start before she became anorexic for Quantico. She used to be kind of thick.
Thick with 15 C's.
Maybe not 15, but definitely 4.
Four or five, yeah. Wow. We'll see what happens with the Apu thing. I mean, I guess we don't have to see what happens. It happened. But I am such a fan of racial humor, and I wanted to come back, or I'll just start my own comedy thing where it'll be all racial, all risque or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to check the live chat one more time here. So get your comments in. And I'm actually going to open up DLive right now. So if you hear an echo for a second, that's because I didn't get it muted in time. But we're going to pop that chest. Because I've had enough people watching on DLive that they deserve to get those motherfucking lino. So let's get on to DLive here.
It's modern day reparations.
Absolutely. I've enslaved you by making you watch this show. You need your reparations. You can just see my laptop bogging down trying to do this. It's,
Oh.
All right, let's get on to our channel here. My channel. Actually, it might be muted because I was watching you. Yeah, it's muted. So let's pop that chest. Get the dance party going. Chest rewards will distribute in 28 seconds. So all you guys who decided to watch this over on DLive, thank you for that, and enjoy your lino here as we go. We'll check in with the live chat while that is doing that. Chechnik says, what a blind man does on a ship. He was waiting for a bus. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah. No rim shot for that. I need to get a sounder board.
Blind man does on a ship. He's Yeah, that one didn't land with me. Sorry.
Right. Well, looks like it's all done. Reflections Liberty and Stephen Ignoramus were the top chatters for this and got the most rewards. So
Yes.
thank you for that. I'm
I'll
going to
take
cut
it.
this window down because it's bogging my laptop down. And we'll go back on to checking with the live chat here. You get the shift link. I dropped in general. I'm using Discord for the call, so I can't check that right now. John does a decent Apu impression. You can't do that anymore because you're a white guy and you can't do an Apu impression.
John's not white. He's Irish.
Yeah, I guess there was a difference back in the day.
That's
when
right.
Yeah. Toffee Coco says R.I.P. Simpsons. Did Seawall take off? Ron Helton said bye Seawall, but I don't see him saying he was taking. Oh no, there it is. He went off to bed. Sorry
Bye,
about
Seawall.
The episodes of Peter being descended from slaves was hilarious. Turn off the TV. That would be too easy. I like that.
Right.
John says, I'm sad to hear about Steven's impending suicide.
Me too.
Ron Helton says, dang it, I've grown to like Steven. That is so sad.
Nice, Ron.
We need an underground
Thanks, Ron.
culture like they had in the 60s. We almost have that now with YouTube if they don't crush it. Well, we still have DLive and Twitch. Keep that in mind.
Dude, we need to bring back in real life, yo. That's what we got to do. We got to, even though I know that it's really easy to stream, it's really easy to chill in a live chat. I enjoy it too, but we got to bring back the in real life stuff. That's part of the, that's what, obviously the people in the 60s did not have the internet, but we don't have the in real life stuff like them. So we got to merge the two.
I mean, I'm down for underground stuff. That's how we got speakeasies, and I love 20s music, so.
Yeah. Hell definitely.
Yes. Ron Helton says, I mainly watch regular TV for the old movies and TV serials. The new stuff is mostly garbage.
Yeah.
And that is going to be the end of the live chat for the night. Thanks, everybody, for watching here. We'll go check in and shout out the important people that talked tonight here in just a second here. But we've got to finish out the show over on our side. So the last question I always ask the guest is, tell us about a hobby that you have that has nothing to do with work or politics. I mean,
Well,
album that you checked. Oh, go ahead. You're already prepared.
That's fine. I mean, I always bring up the music thing. I mean, my life is almost all work and politics because I try to monetize my music. I teach music. But these days, like I said earlier, I'm just trying to bring back the in real life thing. So I'm trying to start a band soon. I'm trying to perform more. I guess that it, is not exactly work, but it's not exactly politics, or I don't, the lines are kind of blurred, but basically the music thing is, that's I will always have a link to the leftist culture because I'm a musician. I got a lot of friends that are on the left and are artists and stuff like that, and that's okay. We can stop talking about these things for whether it's 15 minutes, play a couple songs, or for a week and a half and do a bunch of concerts. But the music thing keeps me grounded, and making art with my friends and making people happy and teaching kids how to play music and make their people happy is, what I do when I'm not doing stuff in front of the mic. So that's good.
Well, a wise man named Mark Knopfler said once, that ain't working. That's the way you do it.
That's a deep cut, man. You're old school.
And I want to thank everybody for coming and checking us out and having the conversation with us out in the live chat. Seawall, Wyatt, John. John didn't bring his co-host. Toffee Coco for coming in. All the new guys that popped in, thanks for popping in over here. And everybody that came over from Steven's channel as well, thanks for coming in as well. If you want to finish the conversation with me, the best place to find me is going to be over on Twitter. That is at @AsblogTwitter with a 1 in place of the I. Or the Discord link that I dropped in the chat earlier. If you're not in there already, hop on in over there and check us out over there and finish the conversation. If you want to finish the conversation with our guest, I've got links in the description below. But Steven, why don't you tell us where they can find you?
Well, you can find me on most platforms that you stream from. I'm over there on Twitter at Ignoramus Steve. I'm on Instagram at Steven_Ignoramus, mostly memes and things like that. But yeah, I stream to YouTube. I upload to BitChute. You can find me and Jadger and Iyamafago over at freedomscoop.com. Our stuff uploads over there. You can find me on podcast platforms with my podcast Call Me Ignorant. But I stream almost every day, and especially Wednesday nights you can catch my concerts called the Know Nothing Party. And that's where you see me kind of work the guitar, work the microphone, work the drums, all that stuff. But I am, you type in Steven Ignoramus to most places, my face and name will come up.
You can check him out over there. Check out the Know Nothing Party especially. That's recommended. I never catch it live, but I always catch it back on the replay there.
Nice.
And of course, if you want, or if you're just joining us now, you didn't catch the whole show, you can catch this back on demand. That's over on YouTube. Or you can catch it over on bitchute.com as well. Or you can check this out over on the audio platforms. We are, once again, on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. Leave us that 5-star rating and a good review. That helps us move up the charts. And you can catch Call Me Ignorant over on all those platforms, too. You have more for audio, don't you?
No, I'm actually pretty limited on audio. I'm just Google Play, Spotify, Apple. That's it.
Like, check him out over there. And of course, once again, if you're on iTunes, leave that 5-star rating and a good review. That helps him move up the charts. Ed's World is proudly partnered once again with the Freedom Scoop Media Group, along with the Daily Ignoramus as well. So check us out over there. Check out the Generational Gap and check us out for updates, because we do have a new show that's going to be coming up here in the near future. As we always say on this show, never take the words of bloggers, podcasters, or journalists as gospel. Find all the facts and draw your own conclusions. Stephen, why don't you give us a last word?
Be kind to each other. And don't lie. Lying sucks. I think the world would be a lot better if people just told the truth and simplified things to the level of truth. And I don't want to. I would maybe say facts, but just tell the truth. It makes the world a lot better. And if you get the spin as much as you can out of your life, things will work out. I hope so. Tell the truth.
Take care, everyone.